Hello, bass players. I'm making this video for Allstate because these excerpts are so hard, especially the Berlioz Fantastic. It's so hard that it really is going to require a little bit more instruction that I have time for in just 1 hour when we're doing all the other excerpts as well. And this is just going to show you how I would prepare this. And there's two mistakes that I can make when I start this piece. The first mistake is that I play it too fast, too quickly, and it doesn't get comfortable and it doesn't get accurate. So if it's not comfortable, not accurate, it will not matter how fast it goes. The next mistake I could make is I could play it slowly, but not be conscious of what I have to do when I play it faster. So I make all my movements slow. So I just play everything slow, and it never gets more compelling. So I can't get it faster. So I have to practice it at a slow tempo where I can think of all the things that have to happen when it goes fast, and I can do those things. It's very similar to, for example, when you first drive in a new city. When you first get there, you can't just start driving around. You have to find your way around, learn where streets go, learn how long streets are and how long blocks are and stuff like that, and what streets connect to what streets. And once you learn it, boom, you're going no problem. And it's a similar thing. I need to learn how all my fingers have to set up and how quick I have to be. But I can't do this. My movements can't be slow. The tempo is slow, so I have time to get this all in. And then I practice it many, many times, and the repetition makes this natural. So then I'll be able to get it much faster because I don't have to think about it as much anymore. Now, will I actually be able to play it at tempo? All depends on how fast my body can move, quite honestly. But I will, if I learn to play it accurate at any tempo is better than inaccurate. Right? So that's really what we're trying to do here. So I'm going to start with half tempo. 72. I'm not going to play the whole thing at 72 because it just takes so long. But I'm going to start at 72 and just show you bits and pieces of how I would do it. And now I'm going to gradually increase the metronome and then show you how I would do that. So I'm starting at 72. I'm going to change the metronome. All right, there's 72. Now I'm going exactly half tempo. I find my flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice here, those notes are separate. And so on. So notice I'm playing short because if I play long here, it makes I'm not going to be able to get that quicker. I have to do short notes with the marked short on the page, and I have to get my preparation very quick. The slow tempo enables me to do that comfortably. Now it comes out when I get to the down to the 8th, 16th part. It comes out on an up bow. So the bowing's going to be up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and I'm going to just practice that bowing for a minute. And I'm trying to even go quicker than like even 16ths. I'm trying to even make it a little later and a little bit shorter than what a normal 16th would be. Why? Because when I'm playing it twice as fast, it's going to be very, very short. So I'm trying to get my bow to be so short with that and so quick and so close to the next beat. The tendency in this is to do like a triplet. Ba 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 ba. That's the last thing you want to do. And that motion, that triplet motion is an indication of a slower preparation. If the preparation is quick and you're set, you can wait for the last possible second and play that 16th note in the right place. So if you find yourself doing that, that's an indication that you're not preparing quick enough. You're not thinking about it. You're just letting your body go. And then that kind of practice will not be effective. All right, so here I'm playing a measure before that and just a little bit of those 16ths. playing the whole thing. But and you can see, I have to fight myself. Sometimes my tendency is to get a little ahead of the metronome. You need to know your tendency, and you need to be aware of it and try and wait. And listen again. I've listened to the metronome, not like it's a click. I mean, it is a click, but I'm trying to listen to it as if it's another member in the ensemble, and I want to play with it all the time. You know, I want to be aware of what's going on around me and play, you know, with the other players who are in the group. So I'll do that at a slow tempo until that's comfortable. Then that's half tempo. So I'll move it faster. And eventually I'll get to probably around 100 somewhere. When I get to 100, then I'm going to actually move it to the half note equals 50. And you can practice it both ways, by the way. And you can practice it, you know, quarter note. It says half note equals 72. You could easily practice quarter note equals 144. What I find when it's going so fast, it's sometimes hard to hear if you're really with it or not. But if you can, you know, that's still a good skill to work on. But what I will do is I'll move it down. Once I get to about 100, I'll move it down to 50. See if I can hear the half note, get it even, and hear that beat over a half note rather than a quarter note, because that is what is marked here. So then I'm going to do that now. All right. So now the metronome's at 50. I'm going to think of the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking of the tempo, right? And I'm thinking bop. But I might even try this rhythm a little bit. Just get used to that motion and, you know, how that feels at this tempo, because that's really that's the hardest thing, is doing that very quick 16th note. Ready? Here I am. And that's 50. You know, I would, you know, I'm playing it through there's a little issues here I would work on if I were actually practicing rather than making a video. So, but I would play through this tempo now several times until that's super comfortable. Then I'd move it ahead a little bit. And next I'd probably move it to 55 and then possibly 60. I'd find the tempo going that as close as I can to the tempo marked here, but a tempo where I can play it comfortably. That's probably about as fast as I can do it, super comfortable. And I'd play it at that tempo then many times. I'm going to move it now to 60. Now I have the metronome on 60. And the other thing I would do, which I'm doing now, I would tape myself playing this. Of course, this is a huge thing. And in addition to tape myself, I would also listen to good recordings. I'm going to link a recording of a professional bass player playing this, and I'm going to link a recording of a professional orchestra. Both are important. Don't just listen to bass players playing this excerpt. It's as beneficial as that is. Listen to the whole piece. Get a feel how the whole piece sounds, and listen to it a lot. This is a famous piece, and it's famous because it's a masterwork. So that we want to get to know how the whole piece works. Here we are. This is 60. And as I'm playing this, I'm also trying to feel. I apologize, my eyes go. The music's over there, so I'm trying to feel how much time I have between each beat, and how fast can I get ready, and how much, like in a sense, can I let my body relax a little bit before I have to play that short note. That's also a big deal. Now, the next thing I can do is I don't have to always have the metronome on 1. can put the metronome on 2 and 4. So, for example, instead of having a 1, 2, 3, 4, I can have it 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this lets me focus on those second beats, lining up the second and fourth beat, which is harder, in a sense. Not so much harder, but it is. I'm not accustomed to. Usually, I'm focused on the downbeat, which I should be, but I want to focus on every beat and see if I can make it even across the measure. So I'm going to try that now. And to get this, if you've never done this before, I just say 2 when the metronome hits. Watch. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it helps me to count it. And for me, right now, probably 60 is a good, comfortable tempo, I think. Right? It's challenging to play it, but I can basically do it. And I would stay here at this tempo quite a bit and really practice it. Again, tempo, metronome on the beat, metronome off the beat. But then when I practice a little time, I would take just a minute, and I would put it at the tempo march, which is 72, and I'd see how I did in 72. Let me just caution you, as I'm doing this, I'm not practicing now. I'm just having a little fun and seeing that, how much did my practice pay off? If I get it to 72, I'm feeling comfortable at 72. How much does that help me doing this, what I call slow, conscious, methodical practice? Let's have a look. Okay, this is 72. So I'm just having fun. Obviously, that would need still quite a bit of work to play it at that tempo. But having played it at the slow tempo, that enables me to be at least relatively comfortable playing it at that tempo. So again, I would find a tempo. I start very slow. I play it so it's easy, and I move it up until I find a tempo that's pretty close to the original tempo, which is challenging, which I need to work on to try to get it better, but it's playable. And I do that a lot. And each time I do it, I'm trying to get the arms to relax. I'm trying to really think about what I have to do in between movements, in between motions, so that I can get everything in the right place. So when I go a little faster, there's not a big difference between 60 and 72, for example, but it's enough of a difference that I have to really think about it. So I want to get it so comfortable that I'm not really thinking that much anymore. I'm moving, almost. I'm thinking of the big picture, but I'm moving. What is the word for it? But I'm just moving naturally. Let's say there's a better word, but I'm not thinking of it right now. All right. So you watch the videos I linked on the bottom. All right, and practice along with this. Try this method, and we'll talk about more in lessons. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye.